look at the file.
Okay, so on, I don't know how it works with iPhone, but I am using a desktop and I just started recording.
Okay.
And is that an option you have at all? Do you see that anywhere?
I think the host has the control over that. Let's see if I have any. Meeting settings. Yeah, I think you have to do it. It says, yeah, my thing, it says recording. There's a record button that's on.
Okay.
Now the question is, so as I was saying, like if you look at this format, you'll see my picture big and your picture small in the corner. Is that what you're?
I've got us in gallery view. So if I control that in the upper right corner, and I can select speaker view now, and now I see a big version of you instead of me. I thought I would see a big version of me. Huh.
So the thing is this, is what I need to have is these two screens, like what you're seeing, your image, my image, both recorded independently. So I have a file, one standalone file, which would be you, and one standalone file, which would be me. If it gave us a third file of this combination of images, that's fine. But that's the whole crux of this, is that if I end up with what I'm seeing on the screen, where your image is big and my image is small, and you're talking, then that I could probably use that, but it's not what the preferred kind of setup would be.
The other option would be to run 2 meetings at the same time, which I actually had set up for today. I had a Google Meet, which is very similar to Zoom, set up for this team for the same time slot. So I don't know.
I mean, that starts to get more complicated for them, to explain to them. So, so if there's, like, for example, Skype can do it, then Skype is the way to go. And if I would even go as far to say that if that starts to get technically more complicated so I could live with what I'm seeing now. If we get it in 1080i or 1080p. I could live with this format, but well, that's what I'm saying. But ideally, if I had both separate, then I can literally have you on the screen talking with nobody else on your screen, just you answering questions.
Yeah.
So,
well, you could also, again, it might get too complicated, but there are other ways to record, right? You might have a screen capture thing on your phone right now where you could just capture video, either the whole thing or just the off-camera person or just yourself. You know what I'm saying? I could set this up right now, so it's just recording a window of me using a different app.
Well, if I so the only way I could do that would be if I go to my own camera. So I go out, I leave this. Can you still see me?
No.
Yeah, so that's the problem. So if I leave the format to go to my camera to record myself on my camera, then you don't see me. So the issue is going to be, one way of doing it would be to have the person who's being interviewed set up with their own iPhone and have it, pointing at them, and they just hit record and they record the interview on their phone, and they send us the file.
Yeah.
And I could be asking the questions on the telephone, but this is the best format because I'm able to look at you. There's a dialogue. So the question is whether in Zoom, even in the professional model, whether it gives you recording options that would allow you to record each stream independently, separately.
Yeah.
So
If you could record while I'm recording, would that solve the problem?
I can't, because I'm looking at it right now. The record button is illuminated. So I'm being recorded right now. I can't record on top of the recording. This session is being recorded by you.
Yeah.
The only other thing is, I don't know if how FaceTime works, whether FaceTime has a record option. That's another possibility.
Yeah.
Do you have FaceTime on your phone?
On my iPad, yes. On my iPad.
Okay. Yeah, I think you have to have an Apple device to have FaceTime. So,
Right.
but I think the first two I'll explore is this one. You can, when we finish, you can download the file and send it to me so I can look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
So, the other note, so what I have found in, so you can actually probably stop recording at this point, so you don't have a real gigantic file.
Right.
But I found that the